Hello everyone and welcome back to Desktop Dungeons. So let's continue where we left off last time. We did the Western Jungle as a fighter and encountered Torog, the god of physical violence basically. And so now to contrast a little bit, we're going to go to the Northern Desert, which is basically the Northern Dungeons are allegedly more about spellcasting, although the Middle Dungeon is pretty... Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, we'll be playing as a wizard, and this is, interestingly enough, the first dungeon that unlocks that has two bosses. So, the thing is, though, Ikitos here is actually a bit of a weakling. He does not have the stats that regular Ikitos would have if you encounter him in, say, Den of Danger or Venture Cave. He's really low stats, really low HP actually, so you can take him on quite early. So although it's scary to fight two bosses for the first time, once you realize that this guy is actually a nice big juicy bag of XP, this dungeon is actually fairly easy, let's say. But you do fight the Tower of Goo, which is a very high physical resistance boss, which is why we're going to be favoring spellcasting, and I'll keep talking as this goes along. So we're going to go as a wizard because I'm not going to be... Anyway, we don't have the sorcerer unlock, so it doesn't matter. And which race should we take? Have I done a gnome wizard yet? I'm pretty sure I have. I mean, it doesn't really matter ultimately since we're probably not going to be using mana potions anyway. Let's go as an elf. And we're just going to prepare a bed on pause like last time. Sorry if I seem to be mixing words up. I'm a bit tired as usual, and it's manifesting that way this time. Anyway, so as a wizard, we're going to go around and look for glyphs. Now, one particularity about this dungeon is that there's a lot of these pools of water. You see, they're basically walls that you can't break. So even though I have Pissorf here, I can't actually like push an enemy through this or into that. It's just a barrier. But as you kill monsters, these little pools are going to disappear. They fade away. If I'm not mistaken, from what I've read, because I wasn't playing at the time, earlier on in the beta there was an oasis level that had this mechanic where there was a lot of water, but then as you killed monsters, it went away, I think. But anyway, the point is that dungeon doesn't exist anymore, but this mechanic kind of shifted over to the Northern Desert. Double check before you quote me on that, though. Anyway. Let's actually get started on playing properly. So casting biceps and getting there as soon as you find them. We can use Pissorf to move enemies around a little bit in the hopes of reaching the other two glyphs. Nothing we can really be fighting at the moment, I don't think. I mean, I can stag burning on this guy, but no, it's not gonna happen. Oh, and this wall, handy. And we have our first boss right here. It's the Tower of Goo. So 318 HP, which is pretty standard. 75% physical resistance, which is the big deal about this boss. So physical attack characters, especially for instance if you're worshipping Torog and you have a lower mana pool because Torog nerfs it, this guy is a pain. But we're a wizard, so we're not really worried about this. A tower shield, not interesting for me right now. And want to fight, so at least we have something we can spam a bit as we look around for enemies. A soul orb, which might be useful, but I don't think there are mana burn enemies around, so I'm going to just leave it there for now. Pendant of Health, that can always be useful. Bloody Sigil as well. And our second boss. So yeah, as I was saying, this guy has only 159 HP. That's very low. That's basically around level 5 to 6, especially if you boost your mana up a little bit. You can usually kill this guy with a single... Usually a single level up cannon does the trick for this guy, and then you get a nice load of XP. And also a level 9 Wraith is going to be really nice for experience as well, since Wraiths have lower HP than average. Gorgons as well, for that matter. So even though they mana burn, usually if you fireball them enough and then use first strike or whatever on them, you can kill them and level up without having to deal with the mana burn. Torog right over here, you can see by the little sparkles, Torog's sparkles are always orange. I'm not casting Wanna Fight. So I will do that. That's the thing when you try and talk while you're playing. Alright, nothing all that interesting. No level 2s at the moment, which is a bit annoying. Level 2 right here. Cowardly, I don't think we've encountered a monster that gets that yet. Basically, you hit it, and it moves to a tile that's adjacent to it if there's any free. So, we can move them out of the way, and then recast these glyphs, because obviously they go away after every hit. Yeah, we've already slowed every monster we can. So we could start fighting this guy. As you can see, one thing I haven't noticed, this is something we will be encountering more in later dungeons. These pools of water, so these non-walls, the one advantage of them is that they do let you see, like, they let you scout a tile ahead of them. So you don't normally see everything. Like if there's a glyph, you won't see specifically what it is. You'll see those little scouting icons that you saw when you start as the wizard, for instance. But you can use that to your advantage. Like for instance, you can use it to see what altars you have, even if you can't reach them. You can see where a boss is and so on. Okay. Anyway, and yeah, those little monster icons as well. So let's have a look at this guy. Fast regen means that they regenerate as twice the pace, so don't bother trying to out-regenerate them. In fact, because of that, I not know if we'll actually be able to take this guy out. Of course we will. We're a wizard. And see, you just saw that the water go away. Recast those glyphs. Oh, two help boosters. That's very nice. Now, I would really like to find our altar sooner rather than later. I mean, I guess I can keep scouting, but I wonder if there's any point in trying to take on one of these guys. I think if we get our hands on this health pendant, we might be able to take on this level 3 warlock. That will let us get 2 hits in. That's so that would be 7 plus 6, or 7 plus 7 plus 5, because biceps is giving us 2 extra damage because of the bonus. So 12 plus 16. Yeah, we can totally take this guy. I will stack some burning on him, so let's buy this. Yeah, there we go. Oh wait. Oh yeah, it's fine, it's fine. So I will stack burning on him right away. Now the idea here is that we use the fireball first to ensure that we get the extra 2 damage per burning for every fireball, and the attack after that. And then 1 hit, and then first strike, and we have just enough. There we go. So yeah, an item like Dependent Health, plus 10 health is really nice at the beginning, because like I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but it does double your health at the very beginning. But at level 8, say, it's barely an extra 10% health, so don't... It's really worth the price at the earlier levels, but think about it if you're considering buying it later, because it's usually not that worth it. I mean, sometimes it lets you tank a hit early, so that's nice. I'm pretty sure, yep, this Gorgon here is going to be just fine. So even though we can't use Get In There here, their low HP combined with the fact that we can get a bit of big resistance with Endiswell means we can... Oh, well, you know. I guess we could also... Okay, here's one thing we can do since since we're not going to be using our mana at all here, let's look for a target that is worth starting on the fireballs. I wonder if this guy is. Probably not. If we had a good, nice level 6, that would be good, but the only level 6 we have is a meat man, and that's just not worth it. Let's just be conservative here and check these on the Wraith right here. Level up. 1 fireball and first strike so we don't get hit by the mana burn. As a spellcaster, obviously, you just do not want to get hit with the mana burn. Now, you'll notice that I haven't been converting my glyphs as an elf. That's something I would be doing. But there is something about the god we're about to unlock that interacts with glyph conversions. So instead, I'm going to do that trick I did in the first video as the wizard, and I'm going to convert all the potions I see lying around, because we don't need potions. We're too good for that. Okay, that sounds like bragging. I guess I kind of am bragging. Just don't do this unless you're sure that this is what you want to do. All right, 20 mana. Now we can really start talking. Like, I wonder. Yeah, stack a bit of burning. And this rifle will go down just fine. I'm a bit disappointed that we're not finding our deity earlier. Because you really feel that god's power at the earlier levels. Well, you want to start worshipping it early so that you can feel it later. Anyway, that said, we've got ourselves a tasty Wraith. And since I have first strike here, let's get started on this Wraith. I don't know whether or not it's going to work, but worth a shot. Yeah, I didn't think so. If I'd kept myself a single... if I'd kept a single potion, I could have been doing this. That being said, let's see. Oh, and I have exactly 2 health missing. That's kind of silly. You know what? What I can do... Okay, normally the obvious answer here is just... you know, hit level 5 because I'm an experience level away and then take it on for a kill that's 4 levels higher. That's still really worth it. But just to be a bit extra cheeky, I think this is going to work. I'm going to buy this. Now I have exactly enough HP, max HP that is, that if I regenerate 1 tile, I can tank a single hit from this guy. Now, there we go. And you know, doesn't matter, but I'll cast Biceps anyway. There we go. That's a kill that's 5 levels higher than me. I got 2. I skipped level 5. So elf wizards, they can do that. Let's see. And we can totally take this guy, I'm sure. How much for fireballs? Yeah, I don't think I need to stack burning for this actually. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no sound effect for some reason. Anyway, and I'm sure we can level up over on this level 8 Gorgon, but what we can actually do is kill this guy right away. We're probably going to want a level up, but still. And if I kill a level 7, it's going to level me up immediately. So instead, what I'll do, I will kill a few of these magic users, and the reason for that is that the god we're going to be unlocking doesn't like it when you kill magic users, so... okay, I can tank a hit from this guy. I might just be able to kill him in 1 shot. Right, so fireball, 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 first strike. Okay, boss at level 6 without any level ups. This is what I mean by this guy is weak. He has very low HP, so if you have a nice mana pool like this, it's pretty easy to take care of him. And now I'm a bit disappointed, really, because we're gonna kill. We're going to kill our boss here without even encountering our god, which I want to encounter because it's really good for killing, you know, the Gooblob and such foes. But you know, Oh, nice dodge, I guess. It's always nicer when that happens against the boss, but whatever. Where is this god? Well, I guess we'll just have to do this skill the regular old boring way or something. Bit of a shame, but it'll do. And let's just level up. I am cutting it a little bit close here. I mean, it's fine since I don't actually need to use my HP on the boss, but it's a bit close. Could have been getting a bit too cocky there. Ah, well, there we go. It was just close by. Okay, so Mystera here. Blocked off by the Guardian of Magic. The idea is that you can't kill it, obviously. I mean, I think people have done it just like as some ridiculous challenge thing. But the idea is that you use some glyph, like end this wall, or you can use wait what, or I could even just for laughs. Let's try and do that. I think I can get to level 10 and use Wanna Fight for a slightly unorthodox way of killing this, of doing this challenge. There we go. There we go. So that's how you do that with Wanna Fight. Fun times. And we encounter Mystera. So, I'll quickly talk about Mystera, but what I think I'm going to do is do a quick dungeon run after this to show how Mystera works, because this isn't the proper introduction. So, Mystera has the following boons: Magic, gain 1 MP; Refreshment, converting a glyph will restore half of your mana, well 50%. Flames decreases your attack bonus by 50%, but increases the power of your fireball by 1 per level. Weakening, decrease magic resistance, but also decrease your own magic resistance. That is to say, decrease both the monster's magic resistance and your own. And Mystic Balance, all glyph ability costs are either increased or decreased by 2 towards an average of 5. So, there's a lot to take in here, and I'm not going to dwell too long on it. I am going to quickly finish this. By the way, for those who don't know, when you finish a dungeon that has more than one boss, the first boss that you kill, and their trophy that drops, you can either sell it for 25 gold or leave it there if you want to give it to the taxidermist. For instance, if I hadn't given the Warlock Beard to the taxidermist, and you know, its value would have been therefore potentially higher, I could have, instead of selling it immediately like I didn't do, I could have waited to kill the Gooblob and then sell that instead. But since we've already got the Warlock Beard, we're going to sell this and exit here. Alright. So, yeah, Elf Wizard is just as strong as it was in that first video we did. Nothing much to say here, I think. Right, okay, this is the locker tutorial. So it's telling me to click and drag something. Let's drag the bloody sigil, I guess, and put the... Thank you. Right, so this is just the game telling us that the trophies aren't going to start getting any higher values for now. So 300 is the cap that your trophy values will reach. Doesn't get higher than that. Unless, of course, you prep it on boss like I did. So, I don't think there was anything else to say here. I will be right back with another video on Mystera because that wasn't an introduction, but in the meantime, I will see you guys later.